You're watching CBS News Los Angeles, The Rundown.
Hello, I'm Amy Johnson. Here's a look at your top stories. The land is still slipping in Rancho Palos Verdes after a landslide last fall, and the recent rains didn't help. KCAL News reporter Jasmine Veal shows us the work being done today to help with the excess water.
So I'm here in the Abalone Cove area, Narcissa Drive, and this Abalone Cove area is one of the 4 landslides that make up the Portuguese Bend landslide complex, an area that has been sliding since the 1950s, and this area since the 1970s, but most recently in the last couple of months, and then with the rain that we just had, this land has been slipping even faster. So we're up here talking to residents and also those on the board with the Abalone Cove district that monitors and tries to mitigate all of the slippage here with the land. Look, they've had to put up these hay bales. Again, this is Narcissa Drive, and behind me you see the road that is just buckled. A lot of the water still in puddles right in the middle of the street here. They've had to close it off. Cones are set up. I see a lot of the dirt and the debris that is gathered. This is a fissure line as I'm walking on the pavement here, just the cracks that you see going right across the street up into the canyon area. And behind me, this crew is working on one of 6 wells that have either been reactivated or new wells that have been put in just the last couple months or even since December to try to remove the groundwater faster. And that's hopefully going to prevent this land from continuing to slip so quickly. So again, we're talking to those who live up here. What's being done? I just heard from the city. They just made repairs to the roadway on Palos Verdes Drive South on Friday because there was a big crack that formed. So they've been constantly having to make road repairs. This is something the city has been dealing with, again, for decades. They declared a state of emergency in October, renewed that declaration of emergency in November. So this is a major issue, and it just seems to be speeding up even more quickly. All of this coming up on KCAL News.
Well, this just in, Governor Newsom has declared a state of emergency for San Diego and Ventura counties after the storms this week and last month. The heavy rains led to major flooding in those areas. The proclamation will help speed recovery efforts for affected residents, facilitate unemployment benefits, and waive fees for replacing personal documents. Turning now to your weather, a beautiful look at downtown LA this afternoon. The rain has moved out and the sun is now out. KCAL News meteorologist Olga Ospina has your next weather. Olga.
Hi, Amy, and what a beautiful shot of downtown Los Angeles, and of course a very different picture than what we were experiencing yesterday with all of that rain and the snow. But things have cleared out. We're left with a little bit of cloud cover and some warmer temperatures as well. So want to get to those numbers. Look at this. Numbers are up pretty dramatic, especially as we head a little bit higher into places like Santa Clarita, Palmdale, 10 degrees warmer. We're seeing an increase of more than 10 degrees from Burbank into Pasadena, and the Inland Empire also getting in on those warmer temperatures. As we head outside, we're feeling 60s for a lot of us. For the Antelope Valley, 59 degrees in Lancaster. Into the LA area, downtown checking in at 67 degrees. So numbers are still mild. However, yesterday, most of us not getting out of the 50s. 61 currently in Riverside, low 60s in Moreno Valley. Up in the mountains, 37 degrees in Big Bear City. And here's a look at numbers this afternoon. So we'll be closer to average today. LA, Inland, Orange County, as well as the valleys in the upper 60s. Plenty of sunshine. Mid 60s along the coast with low 60s for the Inland Empire and the high desert. 45 degrees this afternoon in the mountain communities. So let's take a look at our temperature outlook. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook, and numbers are going to be trending much warmer than we typically feel. So we're going to be jumping into the 70s. And we're going to continue also with the dry conditions. So here's a look at the future cast. Want to show you what's happening for the northern areas. We're looking at a little bit of rain for Northern California, even as far south as the Central Coast. For us, though, this building ridge of high pressure is going to block any wet weather from reaching us. And we're going to continue with that trend as we head into the weekend. In fact, we're going to continue warming things up, and we're going to be in the 70s as we head into late in the week. And that does include your weekend. So start making those outdoor plans as we head into already by Friday. The valleys are into the low 70s, mid 70s by Saturday, and upper 70s Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. Even for the coast, we're looking at some warmer days ahead with numbers in the 70s by next weekend. Amy.
All right, Olga, thanks so much. We are following breaking news. The man accused of shooting and killing 8 people in the Chicago suburbs is dead. The murder spree happened Sunday night at a number of homes. Officials say Romeo Nance killed himself after a confrontation with police in Texas. U.S. Marshals found the 23-year-old at a gas station outside of San Antonio. It's believed that Nance was headed for Mexico. The motive is still unknown, but officials say the suspect was related to some, if not all, of the victims. A controversial topic will be on the table at tonight's Torrance City Council meeting. The council is considering a plan to study closing the airport and instead building condos. The study would cost $60,000, but a $40,000 contingency would be added to cover any unexpected costs. Some residents tell us they're outraged by the idea since it would have a major effect on the aviation community and the area. All eyes are on the New Hampshire primary tonight. Voters are casting ballots in the race for the Republican presidential nomination. Polls favor former President Donald Trump by a wide margin, but Nikki Haley is hoping to cash in with independents and the anti-Trump voters. Her supporters say she has what it takes, especially when it comes to foreign policy.
She understands the intricacies of that, understands that we need to be strong on the world stage. And right now we're perceived as weak.
She just adds a very optimistic energy to the room. And that's who we want to lead our country.
I voted for Trump. I care most about Second Amendment and pretty much staying out of war.
The last of the New Hampshire polls close at 5 p.m. our time, and ahead at 3, we'll have a live report from New Hampshire with Skylar Henry. This has been CBS News Los Angeles. The Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back live at 3 right here on CBS News Los Angeles.